Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful Now check this out. I answer every question, so if you heard this before, I'm sorry, but maybe I'll make it a little bit more entertaining or something. But a friend of mine's, and they asked a question, and they said, I've watched the videos. Your dogs have a lot of championships. They say you talk about having the first ever American Bully champion. And why do you say that the championships are not that great? And they actually ran across the old video where I threw away all the trophies. I had like hundreds of trophies, and I threw them away. And at that point, it was somewhat of a statement that I recorded it, but I was going to throw them away anyway. You just lose the type of feeling for it, And it's like a participation trophy. And how has this hurt your breed? So I'll tell you. The dog show is a show. It's a massive event to decide who are the dogs that should be bred for our future of our breeds. We are picking the elite, not just an average dog, not a good dog. We're picking the best of the best for breeding stock. By picking the best of the best, you'll make more of the best of the best, and this thing should be a beautiful thing. Well, when you don't follow that with the proper integrity, you diminish the quality of the breed. So therefore, I'm not being an asshole when I say that there should be no champions with high rears. There should be no champions with really bad feet. There should be no champions with anything really bad on them, because that diminishes, not only the legitimacy of the title, but it also sends the wrong message. Because what happens? People, especially newer people who want to be breeders, the first thing they do is, I want to look for a championship dog to breed my female to. And a lot of these dogs who have been champions or considered to be champions or had the label of champion have not been dogs that should have been bred. Bottom line, heart issues, hip issues, back issues, other respiratory issues, feet issues, elbow dysplasia. We can go on and on. Absolutely no testing on the quality of the hips, the elbows, and any of these things. So when you do that, and has been a major mistake now for the past 5 years or whatever, is that we have flooded the market, we have flooded the breed with inferior dogs. And a lot of these inferior dogs come from inferior dogs that have titles. We've given them titles, we've given them validation. When you look at other sports, we all know that a champion is a champion. We all know that a champion is a greatness. Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, these is greatness. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Bill Russell, greatness. You know what I mean? NFL, Jim Brown, Tom Brady, Joe Montana. When you go to greatness, you know what I mean? This is a level that is, very hard to obtain. This is the best of the best. And this is why teams covet those guys, because of the quality of what they can do. In the dog world, it's very much the same, even though it's not that kind of physical sport. In other breeds, you'll notice certain dogs are all over the breeds, pedigrees. But when you do the research on these dogs, these are very, very fine animals. These are not dogs where you be like, oh man, his rear was screwed up. Oh, he had a heart attack. Oh, he did this. He did. It's not that. These are very, very high quality animals. And if you look at the pedigrees and you look at the progression of the breed, you can see how they help the breed. That's the true nature of a champion, a grand champion. I mean, I'm looking through Rottweiler grand champions, international champions, especially from, not some made-up registry, as my friend says, but some of the better places to show, in Europe and around the world. And these are super high-quality animals. I mean, I had a hell of a time. I've looked at a couple hundred dogs, did research on a couple hundred dogs, ended up going back home to the original blood that I had because I loved it, but it was good to look at other stuff. But the one thing I did notice as I looked through these dogs, I wasn't seeing flaws. I wasn't seeing, like, and when I say flaws, I'm talking about nothing that was noticeable, you know, to the naked eye, you know, in pictures or in video. These were beautiful animals, great top lines, great movement. The head structures were proper. Everything was very, very proper with these dogs. Now, we've seen some terrible ass Rottweilers, but this is why I say our titles don't mean nothing. Excuse me, don't mean anything until we bring the integrity back to the title. What does this title mean? If you are a champion, what does it mean? These are participation trophies nowadays. When you have a dog, you know, and I call him out like a Mr. Beans, and, you know, a high rear, breathing issues, all this, and you make him a grand champion, what does that say about the integrity, not of him, not of his owner, because they are profiting off of what they are allowed to profit off of. But when you are a registry and your job is to protect the integrity of your breed, and you allow these very insufficient dogs to come into your ring and slap a title of grand champion on them and say that you should breed this to the world, you just basically pushed your breed down a hill of failure. It's no way that this is what you're supposed to be breeding. You took and you changed the whole entire damn breed to allow a dog like Dax in, where we knew for a fact, any of us with common sense, that reality, and I know it's going to hurt some feelings, and yes, I've seen some Dax dogs that I do like, but Dax should not have been bred. He should not have been pushed as a champion. What happens 10 years later? You have an influx of all of the flaws that he had. It's pushed into there. A ton more heart issues, a ton more hip issues. And he's not the only dog. It was a ton of dogs that they pushed into there. Dogs that they allowed. You know, knowing that Miyagi is another breed, you allow him in. Now we got French Bulldog, a heavy prevalence of French Bulldog, weird French Bulldog blood. Into this thing, you pushed your breed towards failure. Not only has the greediness and the affected the integrity of the championship, but the greed has affected the breed in a way that it has pushed the breed to damn near extinction. This is why these titles don't mean anything. Even for good dogs, even for dogs that deserve the title has been diminished. Not that that dog is diminished. I've judged dogs and I've handed them ribbon, and I'm very confident about these dogs. I love them. But when we talk about integrity of a breed, when we talk about what does that title mean, what kind of weight does that carry, it carries nothing. You know, it carries nothing. It's like the Los Angeles Lakers going to play, you know what I mean, Seton Hall University. I mean, really, what did you prove? You beat a college team, you know. I mean, when it comes down to it, you know, we have to get this back elevated to the point that we are looking at excellence. And this is one of the things. The other breeds will help us push towards excellence. This is why the title doesn't mean nothing. This is why it's an embarrassment. You know, I'm not saying to stop showing. I'm saying to let's improve our show ring. Let's bring it back to what it was supposed to be, with some integrity and pushing forward towards something great. Then that title means something. Then when you get that title on your dog, it is a consciousness behind it that this is a quality animal. Not let me see him. Is he one of those screwed up dogs? Is it this? No. This is a champion. It carries weight again. That's what I mean by let's get back to having real champions. Until next time, y'all, much love. Peace.